my other phone so I can see chat. Well, I'll get my other phone so I can see chat.
Stream anytime now.
Find it.
Oh. What's going on? It's working.
Still got juice. I love Samsung.
Let's reopen the app and try it again. Oh. This is another rough start.
That's every single stream for me, dude.
All right, are we
Sometimes
up?
I don't even start on time.
You're worth it the wait.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we're up. I think we're live.
I hear you talking on Jess's phone.
Yep, we're up. Sweet. All right, everybody. Welcome to this stream all about spending. I got Everseen. He is a great YouTuber. He actually just put a video out. Go and check that out. You'll be able to learn how to work with infantry and stuff in that. So, good video. Check it out. And then I have Midknighter here. He's been playing for a long time, and he also has written guides for Rise of Kings, and solid dude. And we're just gonna talk about spending. So, where do you guys want to start? What is the biggest thing for you guys about spending? Like,
You guys got a little bit more experience than me. You guys actually play like a lot of the events like with money, but man, I haven't spent for a very long time. Like, you know, casually, like I might spend like $1 here and there, buy a badge, but you know.
Well, I
that's
actually don't
kinda
play a lot of
base-
the events personally either, so I think we're in the same boat there.
Oh, okay.
We understand though the concept of how to utilize money in the best way possible, I think. So
Yeah, like optimizing.
I think kind of the base of being a light spender is your battle badge and $1 here and there. You know, I mean, $1 on the right event can yield some pretty good rewards. You know, like Elven Forest, for example, 10k gems and $1, and you got, you know, like 50k conscription and 4 orange shards.
Yeah, I mean, we could start out with like a new castle and kind of work through like how people should spend, and then we can get like more advanced, you know.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was just looking in the Elven Forest right now, and yeah, you spend 99 cents and you get and 1,000 gems, or is it 10,000 gems? I think it's
10,000.
Yeah, 10,000 gems and 99 cents, and you get some nice rewards, as Mid was saying. And
Yeah, like that Elven Forest discount or whatever. Like, I don't know if it's still like that, but I remember one of the guys in the useful chat, I can't remember his name now, just off the top of my head, but he was saying that if you spend 99 cents, you can get the 12 times chest or whatever, and you get like a 50k conscription. And like, so
yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Really
So you
nice
get 4 orange universal shards, 150,000 K conscription, 50,000 XP, and 50 1-hour speeds. So
yeah,
pretty
that's
solid.
$1.
Yeah, I hit that every time. I drop $1 on that every time it's up.
I mean, if you were trying to push like an Adrian, I gotta say, for me, hitting up essentially the same thing with, you know, going and getting the 99 cents for the Call of the Banners. And
yeah, never done it.
So yeah,
Any event that will allow me to hit a stage goal for $1, I'll play. Call of the Banners, Elven Forest, any of those that will allow me to hit that stage box for $1, I'll play. They'll get $1 out of me. That's where they're starting to lose me with a couple of these new events they put up. You either can't. Well, there's a couple they put up. I don't want to quote which ones because You can get a Naya shard for $1. I did it.
Oh, okay.
If you finish everything and spend $1, you can get it.
Yeah, but the ridiculous amount of stuff that you have to do to just get one single Naya shard. I mean, you can get for the same effort, you can get one Gideon shard and not spend the 99 cents. So,
well, and what I don't like about Naya is that, from what I've seen, it's impossible to earn a shard. You have to spend $1. And I mean, to me, that's not free to play. That's not, allowing everybody a chance.
It's Mulan too, really. I guess you can get one shard.
You get it. There's a chance. Yeah, I mean, I've won her with just playing my 10K gems. I do it on my secondary accounts every time, and they're up, to like 6 shards now or something like that. It takes time, but you can do it without spending money. Naya, I haven't seen that happen.
True.
Yeah,
that's what bugs me, and that's the little ways that they're starting to screw the light spenders and take away some of the advantages. $1 should do something. I mean, not everybody's big balling. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you should take $1 from them. And I wish I could remember the event they just put out where
Gemini.
I don't even think they're. Yeah, Gemini is pure spending. You can't earn anything. But there's one they put out where you can't reach the first stage box now with $1. You got to spend I think it was 5 or 10.
Yeah, I remember someone talking about that change.
Yeah, they're starting to get away from those dollar packs, and I don't know. I think that was kind of the key of keeping these light spenders in, which is good for the balance of the game.
Clutch.
It's important for the balance of the game, and you used to be able to actually compete if you were a $1 spender, where you're occasionally each event, spending $1 or $2. But
I'd love to be able to see the numbers and see how many 99-cent purchases they draw in on these events. You know what I mean? And see, they're doing the numbers. They're in this to make money. So I mean, maybe they're testing the waters with these new events. But I got to imagine that if $1 doesn't do you anything, they're losing a bit of money. Because there's a lot of people who will drop $1, but they won't drop 5 or 10.
Yeah, but you can see that as the game progressed. If you think back before, we even had Lucky Shooter and shit. As soon as we got Lucky Shooter, that was the first event with $1 packs. So it's obviously working now. You know what I mean? Because there's so many events with $1 packs now.
Well, and to a degree, they have to do that. They're expecting new kingdoms to fight in 3 months against KVK. They got to catch people up quicker. Yeah. We got kingdoms now that are 2 months old with fucking L4s. I mean, who would have seen that coming,
Well, if you think about it, the dollar packs kind of came along with the daily first recharge as well. I remember that.
That's such a good combo. Holy crap!
That's what got me into that's what got me into almost $1 a day, especially with when they released the MTX app where you could
that was nice.
PayPal into their gyms, and then they would give you for the first purchase each week, and you would get an additional 5K
on
top of that.
That was nice.
So I was spending about
for $1,
$3 or $4 a week.
Yeah, that's for $1 a week, man. For $1 a week, you get 7K gems and finish an event. The daily recharge is actually what started getting me to buy a 99-cent pack. I never looked at those events really. I thought they were, just spender events. And I'd grind, do what I could and everything, but then I started seeing the daily recharge. I'm like, oh, well, if I spend $1, I can get 2K gems, plus whatever's in this pack. And then I started going, oh, well, I can hit this stage with what I got now, and then it invigorated my spending, you know what I mean? So I think this stuff's important.
Yeah, definitely.
From a business aspect.
Yeah, for certain. Well, I like the idea of us kind of maybe trying to look back at the start of a kingdom and kind of going from there. I know that we all kind of joined in on the 429 experience, so we can kind of try and look back. It was only a month ago or so.
I think most would agree that shooting for your eternal theme is pretty clutch.
Yep, the glorious theme.
50% monster experience, 10% training speed, and what is it? some resource production increase.
Yeah, it's training speed, resource yield, and hunting XP. Which hunting XP and the training speed is all.
It's
all
like
huge.
It's like 50% hunting XP, isn't it?
It's 30, but still 30 is pretty significant.
30. Yeah, I mean you're gaining lore levels 30% quicker.
Yeah, and then didn't you guys combine like getting the glorious theme with buying the first recharge packs, like the Dayroo packs?
Yeah.
Because you get a bunch more gems, right?
So for American
shitload
spenders, you can do it for like
Yeah.
I think $55. Get the glorious theme if you buy it correctly.
Crazy.
Yep.
I missed out.
So
yeah, it was like under $60.
Yeah.
And then you got a 4-star Darius, a shitload of gems, and your Eternal theme.
yeah,
I believe I went up to the 20. I bought the $20 Darius pack, so 1, 5, 10, 20, and then that got me most of my gems. And then I think I got like, I don't know, a couple little like shooter packs or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But they definitely build you up quick now. It's all about spending smart, you know. I mean, I cry every time I see somebody buy resources.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
To be fair though, they have like the legendary cost cutting pack, which is actually better than what they used to offer. Like it's actually not bad.
Definitely got better. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But still, I don't know. I mean, like long term. I mean, I guess if you got the money like that, then I mean, it's whatever. But I mean, long term, I just cringe. Like I want hero shards or something that's gonna make me stronger.
I also hate seeing people buy like a discount like gold universal shard pack with like 15 shards, and then like they're putting them into Gideon when they could just buy the Gideon pack for 20 shards, and it's like, dude, it's the same money. What's wrong? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, the gold shard packs should only really be bought for other ones you can't obtain. Naya right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Naya would be one. What? I mean, if you were gonna be an archer hero,
Konoha,
you could
maybe.
be Kona, right? Kona. You can get Mulan though, right? I think
Mulan they have packs now that's cheaper than playing her game. They have packs where you just get her shards in the. I was pissed. They put I spent it was so hard to get in 429. It was so hard to get Mulan on Jess. I'm not gonna say how much I spent, but and then like a week later they put out a pack where for $100 you got like 20 of her shards or some shit.
Yeah.
I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Well, that's like magic books now, right? Like people don't play really like magic books unless, they hit the purchase limit for the day on Gideon discount packs. Like you can get, I think, 60 shards a day, right? So if you max out, then you just go to magic books, but nobody plays magic books anymore for Gideon shards. Like there's no point.
Yeah, it's magic books is a grinder event. I mean, you hope for 1 to 3 Gideon shards an event for hitting your monsters and doing your wishes and.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody. Well, I'm sure people do spend on it to get Gideon, but I mean, people who have done the math don't.
Yeah, so that would be one that would be good for everyone to note. Is Magic Books is definitely going to be one of those events that is not exactly for spending, but more for just the grind. Especially the fact that you don't guarantee to get those shards off of the books, where you get the guaranteed from the packs. So that comparison is one for everyone to note. I know that sometimes
if you keep an eye out, they pop out lower packs. You don't always have to buy a $100 pack to get Gideon shards. You can get the same denominations for the money in like 5. I think I've seen 5s and 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So that's one that's driven me nuts for a long time. Is when they buy the the $100 packs when the $20 packs are exactly the same, and sometimes you even get more out of the $20 packs. Like I know when they did the castle theme ones, like why would you want a 7-day castle theme?
Right?
Yeah.
And
but some people buy it.
I don't understand
if I could turn it
why.
off and pause, if I could pause the theme and then start it again later when I wanted to, sure, I'd go after longer themes. But I mean, we have 1 day a week that we fight, so I mean, why? Who needs anything more than 1 day themes? I mean, unless you're getting to, like, I guess, development ones and shit. But, I mean...
Yeah, but the thing is people just buy them, man, in New Kingdoms. Like, we've seen people using, like, Dark Dragon in the middle of Peace.
Oh,
like,
man.
People use that. They use Watch the Initiate. Some guy got, like, an Eternal Ares theme in our alliance, and then he quit the game.
I saw that. I was...
right. Give me that castle. Shit.
True. I would ditch my castle and go play that one.
Oh, right? Man. That is huge,
Give it all up just for that theme. I haven't even seen one in 209. I won one in 429, like, the second box I opened or some shit. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, man.
But, another thing
the recharge events, too.
Recharge
if you
events?
watch the recharge events, yeah, a lot of times they kind of hurt us with the taster packs. Those used to pay great gems per dollar, you know. But you can still, the recharge events can pay some really good rewards for just a few bucks, you know, spending on the right packs.
Yeah, like I spent probably like, I don't know, it was like $10 the other night or something. No, I went and bought Badge, and there was like a recharge event for like gold universal shards. Like, it's one of those new
that's
recharge events or whatever. And I got like 2 yellow universal shards just for spending the same amount of money I would have like on a battle badge, right? So I just got extra stuff.
Yeah, it turns battle badge into 12 gold shards.
Yeah, exactly.
I must have missed that one.
Nice.
I still haven't.
It's a good one, man.
It's called I think it's called like single recharge event or something. You get rewards based on not the totality of the gems you've purchased, but the size of the individual purchases you make. Yeah. So like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember looking at that one, and I kind of dismissed it because I wasn't looking at spending any time.
It'll be back up. It's been up fairly regularly. So if you just wait to buy your battle badge or whatever till that's up, and then it pops you a couple extra.
Yeah. No, I've seen it, but I was just kind of disinterested because I haven't wanted to spend, so, you know.
Can we appreciate the fact, too, that if you're starting out, you should buy that 30-day stockpile with the speeds and stuff?
Oh, for sure.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, what, $1 or something?
Yeah,
the first one's 99
first one is
cents.
$1.
That's insane, dude. I might actually buy that right now, because I don't think I bought it.
Yeah,
but
if it's 99
that's a really
cents,
good pack.
you know, that you can go for it. This is the thing, is I can't really, when anybody asks me if they should spend on the game, I'll tell them, my first instinct is to tell them no. You know, it's virtual, you know, it's a game, just play it and enjoy it. And if you can't enjoy it without spending, maybe it's not the right game for you. But I will say, if you're like, hey, I spend a lot of time on this game and I want my castle to be as good as it can with, you know, my limited resources, and I say, okay, spend your dollars here and there and here and there, and that way you can kind of like utilize the really cool stuff they can give you and support the game, because those dollars add up, you know.
Oh yeah. You know, if you drop $1 every other day, that's, you know, another $15 on top of your battle badge or whatever. You know, I mean.
Just also depends on like the type of person, right? Like, you know, a lot of us have like hobbies outside of games, and gaming's always been like kind of a hobby that's been shunned. Like, you shouldn't be spending money on it. But I mean, it's like, dude, if you're gonna go play like hockey or something, you know, like in a year, how much you got to pay for registration, stuff like that, and then it's like you buy like the badge $30 a month. It's like if you were to play like World of Warcraft and you had to pay like $20 a month to have a membership. It's just kind of the same thing, right? So when you buy those things, then it like really ups your progress. Definitely.
I you know, when I'm playing hard in a kingdom, like right now, I've been kind of putting 209 on the back burner a little bit, just because I, you know, transitioning in my life and I didn't want to devote a lot to it. I didn't buy the battle badge, but the previous 3 months I did, because, you know, it's worth it to me, and it's, you know, something that I did enough. So I totally understand that. I'm a big supporter of the battle badge. I think it's worth it, and it helps encourage you to do the things that you're supposed to do in the first place if you follow all the weekly quests.
I should smack you, bro. You should have got it just for the 10 shards, if nothing else.
True, but it's like, man, you get 1,000 medals, 6,000 arcane stuff. Like, there's so much good shit.
I think the issue is he didn't finish it, so they didn't want to buy it. But
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that I shouldn't.
For me, the $20 is worth the.
I'm not saying that I I'm happy that I didn't, but that was the choice I made.
I
definitely, I'm very supportive of those that want to, almost use the battle badge as a subscription kind of form of playing the game. I think that is very reasonable, and I highly suggest getting the battle badge.
Yeah, some people also
recommend everybody have battle badge.
Yeah, true. That 30-day yellow hero one too is like a really good, like if you're like in the subscription mindset of like paying, monthly, like you get like 30, Jason shards if you want it, like 30k gems, you just get a bunch of stuff. But battle badge, I think, is probably the best money reward ratio in the game right now, other than Eliana's Fund. I think Eliana's Fund is a given, should be bought on literally every single account that's ever been played now.
Yeah, I agree with both those statements.
It's like 140k gems for $10. Like, what?
Yeah, that's a gimme. That should be bought for sure. And that also, if you build properly, that pretty much locks in your first consumption event where you can get 9 deluxe shards.
Also locks VIP 9 or 10 if you decide to spend it on that, right? Just like up your progress so quickly.
Hey guys, I don't know exactly what happened, but
It's messed up.
yeah, the volume suddenly vanished on me.
Sounds like we're too far away.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Here, let me hang up and then see if I can get it going. All right, and we're back up. I don't know why I was doing that.
How's your stuff set up? Are we through a phone or something?
So how I have this podcast set up for us is I have a old phone that I'm using and I'm calling you guys on, and then I'm doing that straight into the device I'm using for streaming. So
okay. I'll have to help you with that because I can get it so that you can just record this Discord call and we can hear like all each other, like the same volume and stuff,
Yeah, definitely. We'll talk after. That would be great. Okay, so
we're good apparently.
Yeah, I think we're back up. We're good. So one thing that I know that a lot of people, at least in the past, did was they spent on jewels, not jewels per se, but on their equipment. And I personally don't think that's a great idea. I think that you can grind on monsters and you can get all that stuff, and there's really no reason to do that. To spend on the
Depends
equipment.
on what kind of player you want to be. If you want to be strong in the beginning and if you want to push hard, yeah, you should be spending gems on your equipment. Like I used to do that. That's the only reason why. Oh, money? I think it's like a fair investment. It's just, you're trading time for money is basically all it is. Like give yourself some time and, you'll have those equipment pieces, no problem.
Yeah, that's why I say anything that you can gain yourself, I have a hard time suggesting actually spending hard cash on.
Yeah, I mean, it's heroes, man. It's all about the fucking heroes. Like, just buy everything heroes. Like, that's never wasted.
And the heroes that you can't obtain by yourself. Like, I wouldn't suggest you buying Oged.
Yeah, don't go buy Oged.
Or even Faceless, man. Like, Faceless is a good like secondary march, but like man, you can get Faceless for free later on. Like you just use all your extra orange universal shards.
Yeah, I just maxed Faceless and I spent $6 on him. I think the totality of the game. I mean, and I know people who spent thousands on him and they're just screaming and yelling because he's useless compared to other free heroes that everybody's rocking.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, good secondary march. Yeah.
What do you guys think of these volley packs and rush packs, the ones with the special?
Have you ever seen anybody using them? I mean, I haven't encountered anybody using them, which tells me that they're way too expensive to be useful yet.
Well, I'm looking at the pike wall pack.
Kingdoms, but
the pike wall pack, $100, right? And you get
for 5 books.
5 books.
And you need 240 for max. So
do you know what one book does? 0.9%.
Yeah.
So it's like, why bother? You know, I mean, that's something that people like us will see in, 3 years or something,
I don't,
more like
I
10
don't even
years.
want to do that. I don't even want to do that math. Eventually they're going to have to give us more. I imagine that they're gonna notice that people aren't utilizing it and not buying the packs, and they'll increase it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even get them through exchanging, really. Like, if you compare the ratio between getting Rush Attack and Volley and Pike Wall, you get Rush Attack way more common. And, you also get Rush Attack from, like, the Mulan event if you do decide to spend a bunch. So the only one that I think is actually worth it to buy is the Mulan, the Rush Attack one, not the Mulan, but...
Yeah, and the Rush Attack has been in the... availability for a while, so some actually may have like a good build up. Like I think I'm up to like level 17 or 18 in 209.
Yeah, somewhere in there too.
I mean, that fully maxed out is going to be pretty strong, especially now that they added the attack onto it, right?
Yeah, it's pretty huge, honestly.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I've made one volley skill since release.
Yeah, dude, like me too. Like since they released it, I've just like bought it for free, and then I just burned them all after a while. I was like, this is stupid. Like I'm never gonna get anywhere near.
I'm holding on to it because I mean, like somewhere down the road, if I make it that long in the game, I'll have it. But
yeah, true, I guess.
Well, I kind of look at it.
That's the ultimate patience.
I look at it kind of how they expanded on legendary medals. How expensive was it to get like legendary medals back in the day?
Dude, it was insane.
Right?
I bought L3. Like I actually spent for it, and then I'd get like 1,500 medals per $100, and now you get like 5,000.
Yeah, just this basic one that I don't think a lot of people would buy, 4,000. And so, yeah, that's a huge increase. So I imagine that those will eventually get increased as well.
I know a player who spent $25K and got faceless, and the rest was on getting to L4.
Yep, it's a sad day for certain. I don't know. Have any of you really spent any on the arcane stones? I know I haven't, but
never done it personally.
I mean, you're not going to grow. I mean, obviously, you're not going to grow as fast as somebody who's got all the money in the world to drop. But I mean, if you only have a certain amount you can spend, you got to figure out what your priorities are. And I mean, it's pretty much universally agreed right now that priority should be heroes. So
yeah, like when you ask a question like that, my mind doesn't go to arcane stones. My mind immediately goes to like TOK and like doing those stages and grinding out the stages. Like, man, if you're buying cards for like 100. You get a bunch of cards that you can use and like win stages, and like that's how you get arcane stones, but you also get a bunch of other stuff on top of it for the same amount of money. So it's like the trade-off, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Anytime I look at doing like a event, even if it's a spend event, I look at the breadth of the items that will give me. Like they've had these universal gold shard packs up forever. Not interested. You know what I mean? 15 shards, okay. Then they put out these summer gala packs. So now you got 15 gold shards, plus you got 100 optional troop buffs, plus you got 30 premium skill boxes. I mean, that adds a breadth of items for my stuff. You know what I mean? So I always try to look at, like, I wouldn't want just arcane stones or just legendary medals. You got to look at, what it's paying and then try to time that stuff. Like, especially if you don't have a lot of money to spend, try to time that stuff so that you do it in these recharge events or these wheels or somewhere where you're going to get paid for it. And wait for the ones that are going to pay you what it is you're after. Don't recharge in a codex wheel if you're after hero shards. Wait for a recharge event where it's paying either unis or the deluxe boxes.
Yeah, it's just instead of getting one, you get 2 or 3. Like that's just as simple as it is, man.
Yeah, no, you gotta be patient. Patient is the key.
That pack that you're just looking at too, Mars, the total hero development one in the hot pack.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's one that I would personally invest a lot in if you were a micro spender, because, you know, $3 for a gold universal shard, you know, $30 you get 10. I mean, you can like reference it to Battle Badge and say like, oh, this is such a bad deal. But like, let's just think about like how many times you can actually buy Battle Badge. You know what I mean? Like over the course of months, it's more of a way to like just get more.
Well, and they're charging 100 for 15, so why isn't 30 for 10 a good deal? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no.
I pick up that
in
total
reference,
development as well.
I think that's where I think a lot of people would say that a gold shard for 3 is about right. I'd say probably closer to 2 for me, but like, you know,
it's about my peak. You know, unless like I did for my birthday. I did the recharge event with Summer Gala. The one we were talking about where you get the gold universals. I missed the first one. I was upset where they had the deluxe boxes, but they popped it back out. I ended up getting 20 gold universals plus all the battle stuff. So, you know, it wasn't that bad.
That's pretty good. I saw that pack too, and I like, because, you know, I look at them, you know, pretty frequently. I just look to see, you know, like what the top guys are going to be spending and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm always just checking out what they're putting out.
But anyway, that Summer Gala one, I looked at it and I was like, yeah, this is a really good deal.
Yeah, that's the best one I've seen in a while for as far as where I'm trying to go anyways.
Yeah, like I remember the best packs I've ever seen were the Field of Honor packs. You got like 550% faster pace and like, you know, a bunch of buffs, like 3 elite called arms. Like it was just a really good pack.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I missed those ones.
They were huge.
Never looked into
I gotta
those.
start using my elite called arms. They're just stacking up. I'm always like, I'll wait for a good time, and then
there's never a good time.
Yeah.
I had like 13 in K92, and when I quit, I just envoyed them all to someone else.
Oh man, that'd be so nice. I'm up to like 7 now, I think.
Damn.
Maybe I'll pop one on 365 and zero all the people that aren't trading points.
Oh man.
Let's not get into that topic tonight.
Yellow's in chat poking us, so I was just poking back.
Yeah, man, the treasure house does not sound like a good deal to me.
No, I rock the treasure house, man. Treasure house is great for $1. The treasure house, new one where you pick the goddess.
Yeah.
For $1, you're guaranteed a rare item on your 4th roll. So for $1 and 5,000 gems, you're guaranteed to hit one of the rare items.
Yep.
So that's a lot of grain or a lot of troop speeds or whatever, you know, for $1.
Optional infantry buff chest, really good. That's what I chose for mine.
Just too many.
Yeah, I mean, if that's one that you're going to spend $1 on, it's worth, like, you know.
Those are exactly the type of events where they'll pull my money from me. You know what I mean? If I feel like I'm getting something worth it for $1, they'll get $1 out of me. If I think I got to spend 5 or 10, nope, I'm probably gonna just wait.
Yeah. What's like your guys' favorite event, like of all time, if you can think about it?
Well, I missed out on that cake event. That cake event was
like
nuts.
Micro spending. Yeah, that was a nuts event. I was guilty as charged for that, and I bought a lot.
Yeah, see, I think it depends on what. Like, are we talking? I mean, for account growth, I really like shooter.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it has everything in there. For $1, you get what is it, 4 shots a day or something like that? There's a lot of resources, a lot of potions.
Yep. I usually spend like the 800 gems for the 2 shots, and then I sometimes spend the 1600 extra gems to get 3 shots in one day.
Really? I have never spent that much on that many gems on that.
But if you think about it, right? Like 2,400 gems.
I just spend $1 every time it comes out, and then it's like 20 shots.
That sure adds up a lot.
And if I spread it out through the 3 days, then it goes farther.
Yeah, the difference with me is I'm just not spending money on it, right? So I would do the gems, 3 shots.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of done with all of that now, especially with the fact that I can, get a lot of this stuff for free. I'll do it at a much slower pace.
Well, the topic though is how to efficiently spend lightly. So
that's true. Or when not to. I think that's important too.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, when not to is a good point.
I mean, it definitely
like
you can increase your speed, yes, by micro spending, but
there's a
important
lot of factors to consider.
It's important to note that you can still not spend on a lot of these things and get a lot out of it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And a lot of it too depends on where you're at with your account. Like in 429, where I am actually absolutely cheeks pinched, waiting to hope I can get fucking gems for next consumption, I'm a lot more likely to spend $1 on shooter than I am to drop 3,000 gems into it or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
In 209, where I got over 300,000 gems in my bag, yeah, I'll throw some gems at it, whatever. So it's about where you're at too,
Well, building up that stock of gems for when they have the 9 available. What is it called?
Total Deluxe. Yeah, Deluxe optional gold chest.
Yeah, those.
That's clutch. That should be first priority for everybody.
I think that it's somewhat reasonable to be able to get there as a micro spender at least once a month.
It's insanely easy to do it.
Once KVK starts, it's easy.
Yeah,
exactly. Before that, it's a struggle. Like you can get yours with Eliana Fund, like we were talking. And then you may like, I'm probably gonna miss the next one. I hit the 50K mark in the last one, which hurt, but I wanted to get to VIP 9.
Yep.
But it made it so I'm not gonna be able to hit this next one. But I'm not too worried because I know when KVK starts and I start getting those stage rewards, all those gems and stuff, it's gonna become very easy. So as long as I play smart and don't just blow gems as they come in, then I'll have no problem.
My only problem is skill books. Like that's the biggest gem drainer for me. But it's like it's kind of just worth it. Like you can't really say that it's not.
Yeah, how far?
And especially if you wait till consumption and you're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
I don't go to 100. I don't go to 100 gems a reset every day. I go to like fucking 10, maybe 15, and then when consumption comes, I max out.
Yeah, true.
I go up to about 50 most days.
I go up to 100 every single day.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
In 429?
I've always done it. I've always done it in K92. I've always done it in K241. And yes, I'm starting to do it in 429. When we first started the Kingdom, and I wasn't spending any money, right? But, as I get Eliana's Fund and all these other gem things, and of course, like I got some packs for getting in for, streaming, so like 24K a pop. I'm pretty much like stacked on like 300K gems right now. So I just...
did I lose you guys again?
Jess isn't looking at me funny, so...
There we go.
Oh, were we like mute the whole time?
No, I don't know why it's disconnecting once in a while. I did this with you guys for what?
Your phone went to sleep?
I don't know. I don't know exactly why it was kicking me off. But
yeah. Anyway, I was just mentioning about the total consumption. I want to make sure that people don't go above 100K gems, because if you do the simple math, it's more worth it to do 100K, every single event that comes instead of 600K. Okay, you get, like, what is it, 24 is that one, and then you get the 9, so, that. But if you do 6 times 9, you get 54 shards, so it's like 20 more shards. So if people are doing total consumption, please do not go above 100K gems. It's a total waste.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and there's no reason to do that. And then...
but some people just don't know any better.
And damn, if you got gems like that, start buying some skills and shit.
Yeah.
There's definitely better ways to utilize it, especially, I don't know. I very rarely find good deals in the Drunken Wizard. Do you guys ever...
That's where I get all my call to arms and stuff, mainly.
Yeah,
no, get all my
bonuses.
Yeah, well, sometimes the VIPs are actually more. You know, like if you get
well, if you buy a 30-day for like 2,000, or for 2,000 gems, like that's a good deal, you know.
Right.
I never do 30-day. I do 7-day, 1 day, so that I can be off for power boost.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I should start doing that too. I'm just lazy, you know.
Especially now, with first paying 5 gold shards, man.
Yeah.
Like I used to run power boost hard. It hurt my troop count because I was doing a lot of troop recycling and power boost, and lost a bunch of troops trying to stretch troops.
Yeah.
But so I mean, I used to run power boost all the time. Then finally, I was looking at it. I was like, you know what? This isn't worth it. I'm better off just hitting the stages and then doing, making sure I finish troop train and stuff. But now they switched it up and put 5 gold shards in first, and I'm like, okay, maybe we should be revisiting this again,
Yeah, that's something I haven't really, because, of course, playing in, K92 or K241, I never, I seldomly get rank 1 in any event because everybody's just spending so much money. So, now that it has gold shards, though, Monsters event is something that I should probably start revisiting because, that's just the grinding way.
Oh, dude, but the amount of grind...
Yeah.
It's really rough after your Lord level's maxed. I didn't mind it when it was gaining me Lord level, but after I maxed Lord level, I'm just why? I mean,
true.
Yeah, I've
got one account that still needs Lord level. I should probably hit next monster comp on.
Yeah, I'm about to hit it in 241.
Yeah.
But Drunken Wizard, a lot of good things that, people don't think about, war horns. I buy, the horns, especially if you're in a new kingdom, you got to get that war hall up. I mean, you could either spend 4,000 for 2,000 horns, or you could spend, 2,400 for 2,000 horns. Or 1,000.
Yeah, I stock up all my call to arms and everything comes from there, too.
Yeah.
I think I burn through call to arms a lot more than a lot of people, but, I use them quick, so I'm always grabbing them.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of thought about doing a total consumption video because there's actually a lot of things to know, what to spend on. Recycling warplay tickets is a huge one too. Because you're spending gems to get gems back. There's the whole leave Alliance and go donate to cannons and Void, and then that way you get a bunch of stamina for a Monsters event, right? So.
Yeah, there's
a lot
that.
Of tricks.
A really easy way to help with your consumption event is buy a couple Overlord tickets.
Overlord passes. I restock all my Oblivion potions. I keep at least 20 Oblivion potions at all times.
That's true. I should have done that when the last one happened in 241. I bought 10 Overlord tickets.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
I keep 3 Overlord tickets, and I keep at least 20 Oblivion potions. Sometimes I'll get a little behind on consumption. See, what I do is I save. I make sure I have at least 30k left to do on the last day because I like to pop out events like Elven Forest or something like that. And then that's 10k that you can drop into consumption that if you've already finished, then it's just wasted. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people finish on first or second day, and I'm like, why?
Yep.
I did my Elven Forest today now that I know that there wasn't consumption, so...
Yeah, I thought we were going to get it, so I was kind of a little bummed. I don't know if I wanted to.
You got to watch the benefit center. I knew we weren't going to because the wheel is still up. They're not going to have a wheel up while something else comes up in there. They never do. So, I'll look at an event, and, if Elven Forest ends at the same time the wheel is, then I know I can play it whenever I want because it's not going to overlap a consumption.
Yeah.
They won't put up 2 of those special events at once.
It ends tonight. I don't know, dude. I was debating on doing the 10k gems. I still don't know if I want to. I always do it in hopes of getting the 10k gems back, but man, just to drop 10k, a lot.
3 out of 4 of me and Jess's accounts in 209 got our gems back this time.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I got one, man, 9 out of 10 times she hits the gems back. I'm just oh my god, your luck.
Just have her do it.
I watched someone get 30k gems one time, and I was like, you suck. I don't like you anymore.
Really?
He's named Raptor right now. You hit 20.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, you can hit it more than once.
I've never had it hit more than once. Just once.
I've never even gotten it ever.
Never?
I hit it.
Never.
I hit it pretty often.
I hit it more often than I don't.
Lucky bastards.
I don't know. I get it maybe half the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always try to play in off hours. So like, I have this theory that high server traffic means lower prizes, and so I always try to do like all my summons. I open all my boxes, everything like that when the kingdom seems really dead, and I feel like it ups my chances.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a whole thing about like people always getting good stuff on their farms, and I have like, you know, a theory that like that it's coded into the game that if a castle is not played very often, it has a heightened chance of getting rewards because it's kind of like a dopamine trigger for people, like kind of like a slot machine or something, you know what I mean? Like it's the same type of deal, like a little bit of gambling, so you know that somebody gets something nice and it entices them to stay in the game, you know?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I've seen that.
You got that hook.
I'm totally sure there's some algorithm in there like that, 'cause it's farms just hit the good stuff too much.
Yeah, like you see farms getting like Deej, and like you see them get like Eritrea like 20 times shards in the discount,
Right.
Oh man.
like chest or whatever, and I'm like, dude, this is just dumb. Like we're obviously shafting us on purpose because we already are hooked.
My account that's going L6 actually hit 20 Eritrea shards in the last gold box. I was like, what?
That's awesome.
What do you guys think of the auction house?
Oh man, auction house deserves its own video too. I got so many little tricks that you can do.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it for me, it depends on how much. I mean, it depends on the kingdom you're in. You know, if people are stupid or not.
Yeah, because I mean, we get bid up on like strengthening stones and keystones all the time, going past 3,000, 5,000 gems. Like it's just ridiculous.
Overspending just to win. Yeah, then it's stupid.
Yeah.
At that point, you can just go to the store.
That said too, I also know a lot of people who, if they know that someone's going for something, they'll hop on a farm with a bunch of gems and they'll bid it up just to fuck with the person.
I do it sometimes, honestly. Like if I get bid out on like keystones and they're up near 5,000, I just start fucking bidding with the farm. Like, in past experiences, because I'm like, dude, if you're gonna be an asshole to actually like. Because it's like someone has to get a good deal, you know what I mean? Or else nobody's getting a good deal. Like, if you're not going to give me a good deal, I'm going to fuck you over. Like, I'm going to just bid it up. I do that with resources, too, all the time.
What I'll do is if I'm going for something, I'll bid once. When I get outbid, I'll bid again. And if they outbid me again, I'll bid up to like $200 or 200 gems below the value.
Me too.
And if you want to pay full price, go for it. But, you know what I mean?
But how often do they go over? They go over all the time.
All the time, new kingdoms. Well, people just don't know the math, right? Like a lot of people don't even know that the store exists, like in your bag, right? Like you go to your bag.
Like, you can buy those.
Yeah, and like equipment pieces and like, you know, those warplay ones. Like there's a bunch of stuff in there. People just don't even know it exists. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like you don't look at the game at all?
It blows my mind how much time some people can spend on this game and not have even looked at all the interfaces.
Exactly. Holy dude, like people are on the game more than me sometimes, like in new kingdoms. Like I'm not going to name names, but there's definitely a lot of people like in our alliance and, you know, other alliances that are definitely online a lot more than I am, and they don't know like where the support section is. They don't know where like the forum is, like any of this stuff, and I'm just like, how do you not know, dude?
Yeah. One of my favorites is like 6 or 8 months after 209 started, somebody asked me where they donate. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, just being aware, you know, and I mean, I guess some of that comes, you know, if you're a brand new gamer, then I'll cut you some slack, you know, because you haven't been through this routine. But there's not huge differences between these games, you know. So I mean, if you've played other games, you should be able to come in and have a fairly good idea of what's going on. You know what I mean? I mean, there'll be specific details, you know, that each game has that you got to learn. But I mean, you should be able to come in and get a fucking castle going.
Yeah,
without,
that's like Spartan,
scratching your head.
Spartan 117 in the Alliance. Like he came from Revenge of Sultans, and he basically knows everything. He just has to grasp like the meta and learn all the heroes and, you know, the right stuff like that.
The little details.
Yep.
You know, and I mean, a lot of these games are very similar. You know, I mean, if you played a castle development game, then, you know, I mean, you got a good idea of what you're going into.
Yeah,
Listen,
for certain.
just fucking, I mean, especially in 429. If you're in Sin in 429 and you don't know what to do, it's because you're not fucking listening or asking.
Yeah.
There's no excuse there. There's so much knowledge in that alliance.
That's insane.
Well, guys, I think this is a pretty good stopping point. Thank you guys for coming once again. Everseen is a YouTuber as well, and he has some great stuff. And go check him out at Everseen ROK. I believe I put his link in the description. And thank you, Midknighter. Thank you for coming. And
Thanks for having me, bro.
yeah, if you enjoy this, you know, leave a comment, let me know that you guys like this format, and like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks, boys. Good chat.
Yeah.
See you guys.
See ya.